It was Amara's third day at Jefferson High, and already the walls seemed to close in on her. She was the only black girl in the school, a sharp contrast to the polished sea of sameness around her. Her locks, tied back in a low bun, her dark brown skin, and the way she spoke clear, confident, and unapologetically herself were all too different for a place like Jefferson. Her mother had moved them from Atlanta to this small, mostly white town in the Midwest after getting a promotion. It was supposed to be a fresh start. But for Amara, it was more like stepping into a storm she didn't see coming. On the surface, the school looked ordinary. Teachers with tired smiles, lockers slamming shut, students rushing between classes. But behind that facade was something uglier. There was an unspoken hierarchy, and Amara had never asked to be part of it. But somehow, just by being herself, she had disturbed it. The ringleaders were easy to spot. Hannah, the perfect blonde with an Instagram feed full of beach poses and latte art, led the pack. Beside her were Emily and Jenna, always a step behind, always echoing her smirks and comments. The trio had ruled the school since freshman year, their status untouchable. Until Amara walked in. The first few days were microaggressions. "Oh my god, your hair is like, different. Is it real? Or, you talk so, properly. I didn't expect that." Amara ignored them, kept her head down, focused on her books. She had plans, college, pre-med, a life far beyond Jefferson. But ignoring them wasn't enough. By the end of the week, things escalated. It was after third period, and Amara had stayed behind in class to finish a makeup quiz. The hallways were nearly empty. As she packed up her things, she noticed Hannah leaning against the doorframe, arms crossed, a smirk on her face. Behind her, Emily and Jenna quietly shut the door. Amara stood slowly. "Can I help you?" "Help?" Hannah laughed. "Actually, yeah. You can help us understand something." Amara didn't flinch. She met her gaze, calm and steady. "Understand what? What makes you think you belong here?" Hannah took a step forward. "This isn't your kind of place." Jenna chimed in, "Yeah, don't get too comfortable. You're just a phase." The words weren't even the worst part. It was the tone dripping with entitlement, with the certainty that nothing would happen to them. Amara clenched her fists, not out of fear, but fury. Not just for herself, but for every time she'd been told to stay quiet, to not cause trouble, to take the high road. But this time was different. "What are you so scared of?" Amara asked, her voice low. "That someone like me doesn't have to shrink to fit into your world? That I can be here, be proud, be better, and you can't stand it?" For a second, they didn't know what to say. The venom in their eyes flickered with surprise. Amara walked past them and reached for the door, but Hannah shoved it closed again. That was the last straw. Amara didn't raise her voice. She didn't scream. She turned slowly, met each girl's eyes, and said, "I recorded this entire conversation. I was texting my mom before you came in. She knows I'm still in here. You think you're invincible, but you're not. Not anymore." She pulled out her phone and waved it, the recording still going. "I'm sending this to the principal. And if he doesn't act, I'll send it to the school board. Then the press." The girls froze. "You think I'm alone?" Amara continued. "But I've got people watching. I've got power. And you? You just made the biggest mistake of your lives." The room stayed still for a moment, like time itself had stopped. Then Amara opened the door and walked out. The fallout was swift. The principal, to everyone's shock, acted immediately. Hannah, Emily, and Jenna were suspended for 2 weeks pending a full investigation. When word spread, other students began speaking up about past behavior. The perfect trio's image cracked like glass under pressure. Amara became something different overnight. Not just the new black girl, but someone respected, even feared, by some. Other students, ones who had also felt invisible, started sitting with her at lunch, asking for help in class, inviting her into study groups.